traditionalists at heart. We love our shooting on the game side, but then we thought, well, let's have a go at have a couple of days and see how they go, and utilising the dales and the valleys out of season like we normally do. You know, it's great to get it all used. The lodge and for simulated shooting, you need open space. You need open space, and that's no better place than Raisthorpe to do it at. In 07, and we had 5. It's quite funny really, because to literally 5 automatic, just hand pull traps, and wind behind them, whizzing over. I went down south looking at 1 or 2 other setups. They got the ball rolling down south, and then we started around the 08, 07 mark. I didn't think I would ever do it, because it's just one of those, you know, we love our game shooting and one another, but it's just built on from there. And first year we did a couple of days, then half a dozen, and then it grew and we were learning, and we're still learning now on every day.
Have the clays changed from when you did start?
Not for the best really, because the bitumen's been banned and the traps are stronger than ever. We're trying to make that clay go that bit quicker and further, and to create a better target. On certain drives you don't need, you know, you can adjust it, but I don't actually think the clays are as good as they used to be. You just got to keep shopping about. Each year we go from one different clay to another to try and see who's the best, who's making the best clay for the season. It was quite funny because we used to start on a 28 gram, which nowadays, well, very soon, in the first year or 2 we use those, but obviously there's no need to use that such heavy cartridge.
The lines of all about the cartridges, but we put the tower on top of one of the highest banks we've got, and the 21 gram 7.5 has killed hit one of the highest clays in the country when we put it on.
It's a saying though, go back to your game, and I've seen the highest hen pheasant here ever shot off Paradise, this big bank just outside the lodge, with a 26 gram.
I was loading for a 26 gram.
Unbelievable shot. And so it's not always these heavy cartridges, sales trick on the manufacturers. I think which are very expensive, but certain places you need them. But here, even on the best of the game, a good average, good 30 gram will bring most things down and put it in the right direction. And on the clays, 21 gram, you only need 1 pellet to break a clay, and that's what makes it so good. You know, you can use a light, whereas you need more than 1 pellet, unless you hit a game bird in the head to kill the bird. So we're lucky that we don't need the heavy cartridges for the clays, and obviously you can shoot fire a lot of shots. Recoil's very small, subject to holding the gun right, mounting the gun right.
Can you remember when we moved from hand traps onto the pneumatics and bombs that we've got today?
Which earlier we started with 5 fair traps. That was the first season, which was in a couple of days, all trial and error, and then we realised, you know, we didn't put that many clays over. It's a very manual job, and tiring job with the hand traps. And so then we got, at the time, David Costain was shooting with us, and a guest was Brian Jardine from Chromatic Traps, and he came up, and it was just at the same time when they were actually building the Huntsman trap, one of the first Huntsman Chromatic traps. So he says, look, you know, we'll send one up and we'll try it. And so we tried one of the first Huntsman traps, which was a bit of a game changer, because we just put the two manual traps on the outsides, then somebody would press in a button, but then obviously everybody wants to press the button, nobody wanted to do the hand traps. And so then we got 3, so then we thought, well, we're set up for good now, we've got 3. And at the time they started off about 5,500, around that figure. I think they're about 15 now. And that was great. We had 3 traps, so job sorted. That's what it looks like it was. But then another ball game comes in, you've got to move your traps around. So then we were moving 3. Once you'd done one drive, you'd move them onto another drive. But it was like Monty Python behind the scenes. I mean, anybody else who's been in the job will know that it takes quite a long while to set them up, and so you can only have a a drink for so long and one thing and another, and so we were, as soon as I'd set that drive up, I was on, wanting to get on, and sometimes the overlap, I hadn't quite got it right, or how we wanted it getting right. There's always a rush, and rush obviously is a big safety element with rushing about. So then we decided to get 3 more traps, and so over the years we just built up more and more, and so now we can go to any trap. And also what I think is very important these days, we're offering teams now. If they let us know what they want the day before, we're not like a robot where you just go and do the same set pattern every day. We're on different drives. So if people just want high stuff, they can have high stuff. If you want low fast grouse, and you know, it's really up to the individual than us run a day exactly the same every day. We want every day to be different for ourselves, not just for the people that come shooting. So it's interesting for us, and we're learning all the time.
One of our USPs is the simulated grouse. We've got 8 grouse butts up there, which a lot of people do come to Raisthorpe Flyers to shoot our grouse, and you know, we've got our customised pack traps up there. We've got 2 of those up there, haven't we? Yeah. That you know, fire over a covey of clays, just like grouse would come.
You know, you must never think you've got it right, and you keep learning. It's so important to keep learning from all the days, and we don't get a chance to go very many other places, but one or 2 places we go to, and they're actually quite a bit ahead of what we were when we started 15 years ago, because they've seen how, not just how we're doing it, but how other people are doing it. And there's no hand traps now, it's all electric jobs.
So since we've been back, we've been hosting a few, and we've been doing more when we've been hosting them, shooting through on a day. Do you find that a lot more safer, so they can enjoy the hospitality much more when they get back?
Safety comes first every day with everything. Yeah, things have changed, and I think people want a few drinks at the end of the day. They've had a good day out. They've had a celebration. Which winning team? They get the champagne and so on. So shooting through, we do serve the odd drink during the day, but I think it's on a minimal. And since we've done it, people appreciate it, I think, more, because they know that we're looking at the safety element as much as possible and as much as we can. You can never think you've got it right, and that's on the safety side as well. You always improve, and you're always watching, and the more people we have through, obviously you've got to be attention to detail on that. Has got to be improved all the time, because of the numbers of days we're doing and the amount of people who are coming through.
The NAT obviously this year has been the biggest thing we've changed.
Yeah,
I think that's been pretty amazing. What's happened this year with that?
You want to, like I said earlier on, you want to be improving, looking at where there's a lot of people doing it now. We want to stay right up there and be ahead of the game, and always be looking for different things. And obviously the NAT, we did look at it 3 years ago, and we didn't look at it then, rightly so. We've done now. We've bought the business completely lock, stock and barrel. There's only one NAT UK, and it's at Raisthorpe where you can shoot it. Again, the hardest thing about the NAT is the pilot side. Is flying it, and it's not an easy job. Certainly not for me anyway. And so there's been a lot of fun practicing before the season started, and it's worked well. But you don't have to have it on every day. It's there if people want it, and additional at the end of the day on the 100 bed flush.